Now that you see their weaknesses, give them room to grow. Do not attack them while they are down. Collective, this is going to be a reading for the collective. Anyone watching, any signs is welcome to watch. This is also Halloween, so happy Halloween if you're watching on Halloween or at any point as a timeless reading. Roses are red. Welcome to my channel. Like and subscribe if you're new here. So this is the energy we're getting into. This is day 7 of this energy. You could be going through it. This is how long I've been sitting on this energy, so let it be known if this is something you're going through. You could be spending some time on it, a couple of weeks maybe, or it could just come in and out of your life. But let's get into this energy. Let's pray. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. So thank you so much for being here, clicking on this video and getting into this energy with me. I'm just going to pull some cards to clarify exactly what I'm feeling when it comes to this. I feel like we've gotten through so much already with this weaknesses, and they're not real. Other people call them weakness, but it's just literally making you stronger. We talked about someone being in a boot camp, getting stronger, being prepared for war, while other people are on a playground. Not those words specifically, but that's what I'm hearing now. Like someone's playing in a playground and you're in a boot camp. Collective. But basically, you're going to get a chance to see their weakness, and I feel like the tables may be turning at some point. If they're feeding off of your energy, at some point they're going to get stronger, but they could also just be getting high off of your energy. And in any case, the warning here from Spirit is to kick them while they are down. The reason why is because they're going to try and grab a hold of your ankles, and they just want you to stoop to their level. They want to pull you down into their dirt. Let them sink, let them fall, and figure out whatever happens after, whatever happens to them, because they've chosen to go into this position that they're in right now, and they chose to be your enemy. Love your enemy into the ground. Jesus said when you love your enemy, you're heaping coals of fire on their head. So it's meant to be painful. Okay? Let's see. You have, and these shall be the measures thereof. The north side 4,000 and 5,000, 4,500, and the south side 4,500. On the east side 4,500, and the west side 4,500. So 4,500 is coming up quite a bit. Colt 45 is coming up for me as well. Okay, that could be something maybe you drink Colt 45, or your parents drink Colt 45, or people in the neighborhood drink it, or you might see a squash can on the street or something like that. Could be a sign for you. But 45 is coming up. That's also a right angle. Let's see, something about righteousness, or a corner, cutting corner, square, SpongeBob. But let's get into it. And she made him sleep upon her knees, and she called for a man, and she caused him to shave off the 7 locks of his head. And she began to afflict him, and his strength went from him. Afflict him up a lot in the last couple of readings. And also strength came up a lot. Samson came up a lot. Okay, so this is Samson. This is Delilah and Samson. You have barrier here, baseball, and base. What's standing out most is barrier, a slumping block, a deterrent, an obstacle, something blocking the way, a fence or a wall to mark the limits or place. So I feel like if this is a game of someone maybe even pretending to be weak and trying to get your attention, give them room to stand back up and fight a good fight, or fight a fair fight. I feel like this is going to be the difference between the past you, the old you, and you being mature. Because I've said this before in a reading. If you laugh with somebody, you're basically signing some type of a soul contract and saying that we're friends. Like, yeah, we're just as dumb as one another. Like, it's not for everybody. It's okay to be humorous, and I mean, you don't need me to tell you it's okay to laugh, or maybe you do. It's okay to find things funny, but only if you genuinely find them funny. If you're laughing at someone's problem or someone's pain, that's something different. Then you have possession here. That which one owns property. Possession came up in these series of crybaby pity party. Ye have heard the blasphemy. What think ye? And they all condemned him to be guilty of death. That's when Christ was being crucified. They entered Jerusalem and went to the temple, and the Lord with harps. They entered Jerusalem and went to the temple of the Lord with harps and lutes and trumpets. I don't know why I'm getting the energy from Holly. Is it still a thing that she broke up with DDG? I don't really want to speak too much on gossip and celebrity gossip, but I don't know. I just feel like it's like if this is an on-again relationship, then you know this can go on forever. It's like they don't even know just how predictable their moves are. If they're trying to be interesting, they just chose like a really low level path. I don't know. But if this is really just young people being in love and just being all over the internet, then if this is something relatable, I'm getting the harps for some reason, because harps came out and she did a video of harps. And we're just talking about someone throwing you off your path and not really being not being able to predict your moves. I don't know if that's coming up. Basically, it's like, don't kick them while they're down, because they could be trolling. Whoever this is, they could be trolling very hard and very heavy, just looking for your attention, just trying to get you caught up in some way, and using a low vibe like that because they feel like you might be the weaker one. Like, if you care so much about other people's relationships, if you're all in our business, then you deserve to be caught and tangled up in this vibe. You know, singers are not stupid. They know what they're doing. So I just don't think Holly is as dumb as she's playing right now. But I don't know if that's related to this energy somehow. Whoever this person is, they are not as dumb as they're playing. They've definitely chosen that path. Yea, thou shalt see thy children's children, and peace upon earth. Like, once you start to realize that the people in this energy and choosing this path for themselves, you don't have to hurt when they hurt. You don't have to suffer when they suffer, because they chose their own path. It's getting dark already. Or is it? Maybe not. I don't know. I got my light turned down, so I don't know how dark it is. But let's get into this energy. The snake crusher wins. Salvation and glory and power belong to our God, for his judgments are true and just. Revelation 19:1-2. The snake crusher wins. I don't know. Sometimes when I read, I get this sense that Jesus is supposed to be the devil. Or something like we're all supposed to have a devil in us, and that devil wins. I just refuse to read it that way, but sometimes it comes up like that. Somebody could be clinging on your energy, maybe a Satanist or a devil, and it guides you all the way home. I also have Bubble sitting on my shoulder, so that could be the vibe here. She's a cat. She's a feline. That's very devilish energy. Your faith hath saved you. Go in peace. Yeah, because it feels like at the last straw, someone's hoping that you'll worship the devil and trick you in some way and say, well, the devil is God now because he's rising up. But it's not about a direction like that. Just because he's above doesn't mean he's God. Just because he's beneath doesn't mean he's the devil, because Jesus went down, he went up, and he traveled all over the face of the earth. So it's not really like that. It's not that simple as someone just saying, well, look, I'm in a better place. I got more money than you. I'm the one that's, you should be serving. That's just not the case. You have Joshua. Do not fear nor be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. So it doesn't matter if you are in a low level or a high level or what the case is. You constantly follow God and worship God. And for this to be on Halloween, I find that very interesting. There was a thing like a challenge, if you want to call it that, of reading the entire New Testament, entire day of October 31st. Like, I don't know if I did this before, like fasting for the entire day and just reading the Bible, or if I just had a fantasy about it, but that's coming up because you know that the testing of your faith develops perseverance. Maybe that could be something that you're going through, like really genuinely showing God just how much you love him, but you can never do that. Like that could go to the extreme. Maybe that's what happened, like trying to read the whole Bible and then someone got thrown off or lost their page or lost their place, and it's like some frustration there. But it's like that's not how the Bible isn't really meant to be read like that, but it's meant to be read however you read it. And then you have Ten of Pentacles, reaching some wealth because of something you've been through, your faith being tested. That came up in these series. And then reaching something, a new level of appreciation for yourself. That's usually what happens with these fasts. Like, you feel like because you fasted for a certain period of time that you can now look at yourself in a different way. Like, I'm not this weak little weakling that they were saying I am because I went through everything that I went through. That's the vibe I'm getting. And then you have faith as small as a mustard seed, because ultimately I feel like even if it's just the thought that counts, really, even if you didn't skip a single entire life, it's the thought that counts, and your faith is as small as a mustard seed, and that's all it takes. Maybe you don't really feel like it's all there, like the Bible or whatever. It's not just about the Bible, but it kind of is for me. So you might have to apply this where it belongs, because I'm literally just talking about the Bible. Then you have Three of Cups here in reverse. This is Jesus turning water into wine, the wedding at Cana. Someone could be saying that it's time for you to show what you're worth, show us what you're made of, and maybe you're just not there yet because you already know how much you're about to give to this calling, and you're just not ready. It's not your time yet. But also, I feel like maybe you are going to give them a little something. But once you give, it's never going to end. Once you give them just a little bit, they're going to want more. You have Five of Feathers here. Okay. Queen of Cups here. Five of Feathers is coming out a lot. Queen of Cups here. It's kind of it's almost like, I'm feeling like it's the same situation with this Five of Feathers, like you going down with the ship and just having a different response to that each time. Each time it comes out is a different response. The Queen of Cups here. Like someone really cared about you. And it seems like they're waiting for you. So this could be a masculine, or this could be a loving and doting father, I'm getting, or a masculine, a loving, doting masculine. Someone in a feminine energy. And then you have Page of Feathers. But it also kind of reads like this person is in regret. Like they're going back and forth on whether or not they should be faithful to your cause. The water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life. So that just stood out here. Also, if you can turn water into wine, you never have to buy alcohol. For some of y'all, I used to think that turning water into wine was a lot like just appreciating the natural flavor of water. But someone could also be thinking like that, like different ways of seeing a situation rather than just outright believing something for what it is. You have powerful, but someone is seeing you as being powerful and genuinely turning things into another thing. Maybe you're a winemaker. Maybe you literally know how to make wine, or you know how to brew alcohol, and someone is looking at you like you're a magician because you're doing that. Or in any case, the things that you do, you know how to do it from scratch. So let's get some more energy. For the 5 of feathers, what took you down? Compulsive, uncontrollable. Someone could have went down on an accident. Take that how it is possible, what we may happen or exist. Tough. Someone sees you as a tough character. Bizarre, odd, peculiar. To clarify this person thinking. It's a lot of energy here, guys. So it feels like someone's baking a cake almost. I feel like what's really important is that you don't get sucked into anyone else's batter, right? Someone trying to batter you or being one of their ingredients versus focusing on your own goals. Someone living in luxury. Yeah, that's what I'm getting from this. Someone turning water into wine. What I'm reading from this right now is that you have the power to turn your situation into a bright one with this 9 of earth. And then you have compulsive. A compulsive here, someone falling on their own sword. Clarified by the sun in reverse. Success, recognition, enthusiasm. Maybe it's like you quit a job. Whatever caused you to go down was you went down gleefully. Or this could be the energy that's going down, and that's why it's important for you not to stomp on them while they're down there, because they're down there on purpose. Like, it's like the it clown. Someone in the gutter looking up at you, hoping that you'll get that you'll sympathize with their situation. Then you have the high priestess here, clarifying Queen of Cups. This is looking like someone is supporting you through thick and thin. That's what I'm getting with this toughness here. Through thick and thin. Like, even if you guys might have had a falling out in the past, they're still supporting you. You have intuition, wisdom, patience. So someone definitely has patience with you, or you could be having patience with someone else who's going through a situation that's making them look all sorts of types of ways. Like, people are judging them right now. People don't really know if they're trustworthy or not. And I feel like somebody is supporting you or you're supporting them. But it does come off as being odd and peculiar. And maybe at the end of the day, it's like, you know, you just accept this person for being an oddball, whether or not you agree with, you can still love them. 2 of fire, planning, partnering, progress. This could be a partner of yours that did some weird things in the background, and it's like, well, that's not really none of my business. I'm aware of it, but it's not, you don't judge this person harshly. I'm gonna come back to this deck, but let's get some, see what the tea is. Just a little bit of tea here. I feel like we're off to a good start with this energy. So the high priestess and clarifying the swords is a good sign. So let's see what's going on with this energy. I feel like you're good either way. Kind of like whoever this is, whether it's the person who's falling or the person that's watching a person fall, it seems like it's all a game. Like, it's all part of a play. Just like that part with, was it Indiana Jones, when they pretend like is a production failure and it's still part of the play. That's what I'm getting. You have Bitcoin, 7 of Pentacles. So there's money here. And this is clarifying your 9 of Earth, clarifying your powerful ability to change water into wine, or whatever it is you're changing. You might see my cat for a second. She's super clingy, but I can't do anything about that. Like, I can't change her. Okay. And then we have continuous learning. Commit to lifelong learning. Stay updated on industry trends. Attend workshops and read relevant literature to stay competitive and informed. So I feel like you might have went on somebody's wild roller coaster ride and it changed you a little bit. It made you maybe cling a little bit, or buckle your seatbelt and just enjoy the ride. Don't judge the rider, or don't judge the driver. Just go for the ride. And that's what I'm getting. Like, I feel like that's what we're getting into. Anything else? Something else wants to come out and for this powerful ability to change water into wine. This crybaby's pity party. What are you learning from this crybaby's pity party? Let's see. Anything else? It felt like something wanted to come out. Like something more was there. But I don't feel it anymore. So let's move on to this compulsive, uncontrollable energy of someone falling on a sword but still ending up being successful. Maybe it's one of those gag swords, like almost like how some people interpret the 10 of swords as being someone being over dramatic and crying about something that isn't really that sad. They just want the attention and they just want you to dote over them. Lusting, forbidden non-committal sexual energy. So this is clarifying your success. Uncontrollable, compulsive. So maybe someone went down on someone else. That could be sexual connotative, fellatio, going down on the sword. If you get my drift, I feel like it's pretty obvious. But having enthusiasm about that. I'm not going to read too much into that. Or maybe someone wanted you to regret doing something to them and they don't regret it. Collective, is this something you're going through? I would say you could keep it to yourself, but I still want to know. Let me know if this is something you're going through. Yes, smoothly smile. Yeah, like someone is smiling through the pain, it feels like, with this tough high priestess. Queen of Cups. Maybe they are being offended, but they're just not letting it on that they're being offended. If this is a business partner, it's like they definitely want to keep your business. They want to separate pleasure from business with this lustful energy here. I don't feel like they want to take it any further. If this is you, it's like someone is trying to, or maybe you were in a relationship with a business partner and this escape is coming out here. Like you want to move on from that relationship and just focus on the money. That's the vibe that I'm getting here. To focus on the money. So anything else? Let's see. You like it up there, Bubba? So let's just see what we're coming into, what we're closing this chapter with. Whoa. Okay. So you have the teacher here. You have sisterhood and song. It seems like someone wants more from you and someone is expecting more from you. A sisterhood, possibly. A relationship. It seems like a teacher is could be spirit is saying something more, like there's something more to be had from this energy, or that's what you're learning. It's something about your song, because God says sing a new song. I don't know, something that could be the feminine way, something that could have frightened you before with this lustful energy. I don't know, it could have something to do with the feminine energy. So let's see who this could be. Or maybe you getting in touch with your feminine energy and not someone else's. What I'm hearing is there are levels to this with this card. And the level here it looks like the level it's the highest level. You got 10 coming out twice. With this being the highest level. If you can see this with the way these cards are. You have the Page of Swords and the Moon. I feel like some of y'all had to deal with some issues with a mother, or some negative thoughts coming from a mother that you worked through. And this is what this whole process is, this crybaby pity party. Is like working through some issues, possibly with a mother, or some negative seeds that were planted in your psyche that you've got to work through, because there's other entities in the environment that are now clinging to that weakness, whatever that weakness is, or they want you to cling to their weakness, whatever the case is. But you're meant to get stronger and not stay where you are. So that's the vibe here. If that's something you're resonating with, let me know in the comments what you're resonating with. I look forward to hearing that. You could book a personal reading. You can join my members only. There's other links as well you can click on and subscribe to. I definitely appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you watching. So I'm going to move on to the next one, and I'll see you there.